Hello, Americans. Another friend and subscribers around the world. Back again, man. Hey, good morning on this snowy... Go lay down. Kai, go. On this snowy, very snowy morning, but let me tell you about that. So it was supposed to snow, you know, we were under this, snow watch, severe storm warning. That's what it was. You know, so man went to bed, man. He was trying to spit a little bit, but nothing much. And then, you know, went to bed, man. Got about 4:30 or 5. You know, I was expecting to go out there, you know, just piles, man. We go out to the cook shack, and heck, man, there's only, I don't know, man, maybe an inch and a half, maybe 2 or 3 inches, I don't know. You know, when you already have it piled up. Man, I'm like, wow, man, they missed that one, you know, that call or whatever. And so we go in, man, drinking coffee and everything, and man, I guess it was about, I don't know, 6 o'clock, roughly. Dude, it started dumping, man. Quarter and 50-cent size. Oh, just a drop on the thing. I was looking at the camera, man. There's a big old wet spot on there. So, yeah, quarter 50-cent size flakes, man. Dude, it just starts piling up. And man, it probably, I can't remember if I filmed any when it was still twilight or dark out there, you know, because the sun, it's still short days. And get up and, dude, man, it had actually snowed with the whatever we had, man. We were probably up over, 5, 6, 7 inches. Like, holy crap. So, man, both of us, Miss Kitty and I both, we, you know, shovel the walkways and stuff like that, man. And now, man, I started doing some filming here and there, you know, just showing a few things. Figured I'd film out doing something. And now it has turned to a, well, the breeze came up, man, which that ruins it. But now it has turned to almost a rain, and it's supposed to be, man, 38 degrees or some crap. They're calling for snow all day, but it's turning to rain is what it's doing. And then it's supposed to do that. It's supposed to snow all night. Let's see. Yeah, they're saying 38 degrees, man. That's the high. It's supposed to be 38 degrees. Right now, it's 34. And by 2, it's supposed to be up to 38. So, man, it's going to be a mess. And then they're calling for, you know, 3 o'clock, man. From 3 o'clock all night, snow. I'm pretty sure it's going to be rain. So, you know, I've been debating, man. I ain't, you know, going out there. I don't have to go nowhere, man. I don't care. But going out there and plowing, but heck. After we get through this one, man, it's like 3 or 4 days. I think tomorrow's supposed to be... Let's give a weather report. Not that you really care, but I'm curious, man. Because I can't remember. And not only that, it changes by the minute. So what I read 5 minutes ago could be different. Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be 40 degrees and cloudy. And then the next day, 39 degrees, mostly sunny. The next day, 29, mostly sunny. That's, you know, and then they're calling for a chance of snow next Thursday. What the hell is today? I don't even know what today is. I don't have my damn calendar up yet, but what is today, dude? I think it's Friday. When you live my life, who cares? Other than, man, I sold some stuff on eBay. And Miss Kitty hasn't said nothing, but I'm sure I guess we're gonna have to go out because I have to go to the post office. Dang it. So, man, yesterday's video of, you know, telling the stories and everything, man, it seemed like y'all liked that. I got lots of them. Spent the morning going through some, well, Car had got me this. One of the things, because I was trying to think, what the hell made me start going through all these old pictures? And Cara got me a digital picture frame thing. I can't remember how many gigabytes or whatever the heck it is, man, but holy crap, man, because I have my pictures, I'm a history buff, whether it be, obviously, man, pictures from the past, way back, and all that, man, and so I have these drives, and I think they're terabytes or something, I can't remember, but I have these drives that I put all my pictures on, and then the hard copies that I have of pictures and stuff, I'll scan them, and I put them on these drives, and then I put those drives in a fireproof box, just in case, man, because pictures are completely, you can't replace them, if something happens. And so anyway, Miss Kitty broke those out, and we started going through all them. That's where we started going through. Some of them were on my Instagram, Facebook, or whatever the heck it is I do. So some of them are already on there, but man, I've seen a lot of pictures that I ain't never did see for a long, long time. And I wish some of them, I would have found before my mom died, because I would have put them on her, because they had these board things at her funeral. Which it'll be a year this month, man. 25th. Crazy, dude. Crazy. Still going through the bullshit. The bullshit's just beginning. So, anyway, man, so the stories went overall good and everything like that. So, I was thinking on it. I ain't got a lot of pictures, the motorhome days. Like I said, dude, back then, now everybody got cameras, video cameras right here. We had no cell phones and everything when we lived in a motorhome. They weren't. We thought we were pretty high techy because we had a desktop computer that would run off our generator to homeschool the kids. We're talking, wow, dude, how many years ago was that, dude? Well, we were in the motorhome, I know, 2000, so it's been, and we'd went in, I think Kitty didn't know the dates just like that, man. I think we moved we were in the motorhome 5 or 6 years till it blew up. But, and I know we were there because we had some friends, man. Gary and Becky, and their son's name was Huck, and their daughter's name, dang, man, a long time, but they were, had this killer bus, They were older than us. Becky and Gary were the hippies. Man, they had this old bus, man, old 50s. It was a shorter bus, man. It was so badass that they lived in, All of us out there on, man, when you live in that, at least back then, I don't know what it'd be like now. People are still doing it. Well, nowadays it's such a fad, the van life and all that horse shit. Then you watch some of that fake ass crap. But anyway, but I lived it. Just like I lived the freaking off-grid. I've lived the homesteading life and all of it, man. Dude, they ruin it all because you get on there all this Hollywood and fake ass shit. But, so anyway, so Gary and Becky, man, we set up, we were getting, that's what I was getting at. Man, it was 2000, man. Y2K, if you're around for that, it was a big, one of them end of days scare things. I think it was a scare tactic just to sell a lot of generators. That's what I think it was. Man, I bought so many generators after Y2K and sold them. It was freaking insane, man. That was a money-making venture. Still have a couple. But, we were going to, we talked about, we didn't go, but one of the plans we had because they went down to Arizona, man, and had some friends or acquaintances or whatever that had a canyon, down there for the Y2K. That's where they spent Y2K. 'Cause, man, none of us knew, it was kind of like these days now, you just didn't know, what to believe, what not to believe, and everything that you were hearing, man, the predictions and stuff freaked you out. So they went down to, the last time I ever seen them. I've never seen them again since, but set up at shows and stuff, you know, together all the time. We used to go swimming together and hang out, man. They were great. And then they had Ghost Town Knives. That was Gary, man. I even tried to Google it, you know, later, but here we are. And they were probably, well, they're probably at least my age now, 20 years ago. So, I mean, I'd probably put them, they're probably in their 70s now, if they're still around. But we were going to meet them down. We had a map. They drew us up. And we were going to go down to Arizona and spin the Y2K there. And dude, for the life of me, man, I can just remember everything. And man, for the life of me, I can't even remember. I don't even know where the hell I was sitting on Y2K. But it was somewhere. And we survived. But they, man, they were great people. Set up mostly with them at the, always excited, man, when we'd pull in or they'd pull in, because you just, you know, you didn't have cell phones and stuff. We didn't have no phones. Dude, I used pay phones, you know. I'd call my mom once a month just to let her know where the hell we were. But, man, crazy, dude, the times, man, dude. Man, I think back and I started freaking going through all of it. It's just crazy. And then Canyon, you know, I pretty much shared the, only pictures that I had old Canyon yesterday, man. I only have 4, 5, 6 pictures of that crazy old bird. And but man, do I got the stories and the memories of it. And that is originally when I started this channel. When I started doing this, man, I was just gonna tell the stories, because the kids, you know, now my grandkids, but the kids always, man, Dad, you should write that stuff down. You should, you know, so that we know the stories. And the, you know, man, I wished I had, you know, my grandpa's stories. I wish I had him on video. Or, man, my grandpa Haas, man, I wish I had him writing stuff down. You know, I got a few news articles and stuff. But anyway, man, this one time, let's see which story I want to go with. Oh, this one time, man, I probably told this story on here before. Man, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. But this one, this story is worth telling over and over. So, well, first I'll start off with this other one. All right, so Canyon, when he came along, he's young, man. And he came along and he didn't like soar like when he flew, you know. He'd just like flutter, man. He'd just, you know, fly a short distance, you know. So I assumed he was just, you know, I mean, because he was smaller, man. He grew. He was with us for quite a while. About a year. And he'd stay low, you know, flutter and everything. Well, when we lived in the motorhome, you know, we homeschooled our kids. And one of our, you know, man, I was the science teacher. And one of the things that we did at the end of the day, every day, 7 days a week, rain, sunshine, winter, spring, summer, fall, whatever, is we'd at the end of the day, before or after we ate, we would go for a hike. You know, because, man, you live in a motorhome, you know. And so we'd always take these hikes. Well, this time, man, we were up by Granite, Oregon. Up in this canyon, this camping spot that we camped at all the time. And, you know, we got Canyon, man, and so we're walking, you know, the 3 kids, and walking up. Man, we found this old mine. I wish I still had it. But, man, I found an old dredge. I mean, old wood dredge that I had out for or carried it with I'd actually put it out at the shows and stuff all the time. I ended up trading it off, but man, it was about like that, man. An old barnwood, you know, I mean, rustic is all get up that I just found laying off into the bushes. So anyway, that was one of the hikes up there. We were there for a month. I don't know how long, man. We used to camp out a long time. So we're hiking up there. You know, Canyon's going along with us, man. He'd go on our arms or our shoulders, or he'd fly, you know, he'd go from like one tree to the other, but he wouldn't like soar. And man, we hiked and got way up on top, man. And we're up on top of this canyon, you know, and the river. You can see the river. You can see, man, way down there. You can see the motorhome and our camp and stuff way down there on the river. And we're way up on this mountain, and I'm standing in this clearing. And I got Canyon, man. Canyon's right on my arm. and I always just wanted to see him soar. And dude, my heart dropped when I did this. But I took him, I was all fly canyon. I went like that, you know, kind of flung him off. And man, he just started doing like that little, like his flutter at first, man. And I thought, oh, dude, he's gonna crash and burn. But man, he started fluttered, and all of a sudden, it was like he just stretched out his wings, man. He just went woof, woof. And I mean, he instantly went, because we're on this hillside, man, dude, it's steep, man. So we're on this hillside, and so he instantly went from just fluttering close to the ground to, when I did that, it flung him out over this canyon that was, I don't know how many feet, man. We were way up there. And when he did that, and dude, then he just soared. And man, I just watched him going up the canyon, man, until he turned into like this little tiny dot. And we're like, oh no, man, that might be the last time. You know, because I never clipped his wings, and he was free to go whenever he wanted. You know, he owned me, I didn't own him. And man, so he soared. And, you know, so man, we continue on with our walk, you know, always keeping an eye, you know, a little bit heartbroken. Figured he might come back, but didn't know. And so man, we finish off our hike, man, end up back down at camp, and a little bit goes by, man. We're sitting, it's not dark yet, you know, getting a fire going for the night and stuff like that. And I hear man, and here comes the old canyon, man, just flies right in. And we had a table thing, it was a fold-out deal. It was actually one of our flea market display things. It was just had a little deal, and that's where I'd always put his water and his food, and made him a rooster, whatever you want to call it. And man, he just flies up, lands on his thing like he hadn't been doing nothing, man. It was awesome, man. That was awesome. Excuse me. So anyway, so that same, and dude, after that, he soared all the time. Always, man. After that was just like giving him that little extra boost of confidence or whatever it was, you know, man, because after that, man, you'd look up and he'd be, you know, I don't know how far, man, way up there where he's just a dot, you know, he's just soaring around like the rest of the ravens. So a few days go by, and you know, he'd take off and be soaring around and stuff, man. And I'm down in the creek. I can't remember if I was gold panning or if I was cleaning fish, but I'm down, you know, man, all bent down on the Crick Bottom, man, and way off at a distance down the river there, man, I'm here, and I'm like, what in the heck? Man, I'm looking down there, man, and I can see canyon. And dude, man, he is freaking, man, you know, he's probably 10, 12 feet above the river. Man, he is flying up to beat the heck, man, just fly. And I'm like, what in the heck? And dude, he is heading straight for me. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on, man? And I'm watching him, and he's getting closer, man, 10, 8 feet, 6 feet, man, and I just put my arm up like this, man, because if I'm protecting my face, dude, I think this bird's going to go beak first into my nose. And, man, he hits my arm, you know, and he's squawking the whole time, man, hits my arm, and it boom, hits it like that, and I look up, and there is a red-tailed hawk, a big one. Red-tailed hawk, man, like 4 feet from my face, backpedaling. Like that with his talons out, dude. I'm like, oh. But that old red-tailed hawk was going to have canyon for lunch, man, and he wanted his daddy. Dude, that was so awesome, man. See, this man, I wish I'd have had like a camera and stuff back then. Can you imagine catching something like that on? That was just awesome, man. Oh, he was an amazing bird. Man, I've always hoped to breed, you know, another one. The kid, you know, you ain't gonna go out and raid steal some bird or something, man. But I'll tell you what, if one came along again, I'd definitely love that experience, man. That bird was so awesome. And then talked about or did I talk about that? All right, man, I don't know if I talked about it or not, man. Like I said, some of these stories I know I've told before. But before Canyon came along, and I'll clip the picture right here of our setup. So we're set up there at that, that was in Fairview, Oregon, which was, it's just outside Portland somewhere, man. I can't even, dude, it's been so long. I know that when we were leaving Fairview, Oregon, man, I had this, I built this, actually me and old Grandpa Scott had built this platform on the back of my motorhome, man. It was about, you know, you can see it in some of the pictures, man. If I got a picture of that, I'll clip it on here too. I think I got a picture with the trailer in the back of the motorhome, and I got it piled all up with bikes because I used to still, man, I still buy and sell. I probably got a half dozen bikes or more out here, you know, old ones. Anyway, there was this platform thing that we'd put on the back of the motorhome. And I took that motorhome places. You know, we stayed in the National Forest all the time, man. There was one time I went up this road. This time we were outside Cascade, Idaho. We were back towards Scotts Mountain, and dude, I started to go up this. It was so steep. I should have never attempted it. Started going up this road, man. It's getting steeper and steeper. And finally, man, I started just burning rubber, and I'm like, holy crap. And so I got the brakes, like, you know, slammed, and man, it's trying to freaking slide backwards. So I told Kitty, I'll get the kids and get out of this motorhome, man, because we are going back. We've got to come down backwards. And she got out, man, and you know, there was some of this coming down. You know, and thank God, but dude, I thought I was going to roll that thing. That was bad. So back to Fairview outside Portland, Oregon. So this, anyway, the ramp thing that we'd put on the back of the motorhome, you know, taking roads like that one I was just telling you about and stuff, it had broke off, you know, the welds had broke. And holy crap, man. And the first time that it did, something started dragging. This is after we left Fairview. I'll get back to Fairview in a minute. But something had started dragging, man. I got pulled over to the side there. And, dude, there's still a lot of good people. I forgot all about this till just now thinking about it. But we pulled off to the side there, and something's dragging, you know. So, man, I'm getting, I think this was before ratchet straps or whatever, because I used to come along. You know, and I'm like coming along on this piece up and stuff, and this old boy pulls up, you know, old redneck guy pulls up. And what's going on, man? You need some help or whatever? I'm like, oh, man, this piece is broke off here. You know, man, I've got to get this thing rigged back up so that I can get it fixed. He's all, man, it's your lucky day because I'm a welder and I have a portable welding unit on my other truck, man. I'll be back. I'm like, wow, man. So, man, he takes off. Dude, I forgot all about this. I can visualize it. So he takes off, and I don't know how long it was, man. But shows back up, man. Sure enough, man, he's got a gas-powered stick welder. And, man, he gets under there and welds it all up and all that, you know. And, man, I'm like, what do I owe? He's all, man, you don't owe me nothing. And I ended up giving him a knife or claws, something, man. I gave him something. You know, just as a thank you and stuff. I can't remember his name, Tom or Tim or something. Wow, dude, I forgot all about that. But anyway, so he welded that back up. And told me there, he's like, man, you're going to have to do something because it's going to break off again. And it did, man. That'll be a later story. So anyway, man, wow, I forgot about that guy. That was awesome, man. See, there's good people out there, dude. A lot of shitty ones, too, but there is some good people out there. All right, back to Fairview. So at Fairview, we're set up there, you know, at the flea market, man. So, man, it was a great weekend, man. Great sales. Selling at this thing, and this couple guys come through, man. It's a white guy and a Creed Indian guy. You know, man. Dude, man, there was just something there, man. Me and, you know, or us and these two, and man, we visit and stuff, dude. They ended up hanging out, man. Cause at night, you know, instead of, obviously you're staying right there with your stuff, but I had where I rolled them up, you know, tarps up, and I'd drop them, you know, and have walls basically, so you just enclose all your you know, pulling your stuff that you might have sitting out there in front and pull it all in and close it off, man. Then it was always cool, man. There's a feeling when you're in there, and it's just a tarp between it all, but you're just sitting in there in your motorhome, dude. It's awesome, dude. There's quite a few things I miss about the life on the road back then. But so anyway, man, so they hung out and stuff, you know, and you know, I've been known to part. Actually, no. They invite us to a camp. It's kind of a hippie powwowy thing on the Columbia River. I forgot about that because it didn't happen right there at Fairview. So, man, and they're all, you know, man, come on out there and stuff. And, well, when is it? And I can't remember, whatever, you know, we were set up at that Fairview flea market until, well, we wouldn't pull out till Monday because we'd pack, you know, sell Sunday and then pack up on Monday. We used to pack that. It was like moving a house every week. It was insane. I always liked when I set up somewhere for a week so then I didn't have to do it like that. But anyway, we sat up there. I think we were sat up there from Thursday. We started setting up on Wednesday and sat there from Thursday till Sunday and then packed up on Monday. So anyway, and I can't remember if the thing that they were telling us about, if it was a week-long thing or what. But anyway, so we show up. We meet these guys down on the Columbia River. This man and I can drive by because I'll point to Kitty all the time. Because, man, there's a lot of things Kitty don't remember, you know, about the thing. Dude, it just bums me out. I'm like, you don't remember that? But there's this, all I really remember about it, I can point at it when I'm headed over, if I go to Portland and stuff, man, because you can see it off of the highway. And there's this big hill, you know, not big like a mountain, but this hill thing, and there's like this campground area thing there. And so, man, we ended up going over there and meeting, you know, these guys we met. I can't remember their names or nothing. It bums me out. Anyway, so we're sitting around the fire and stuff, man. It's later, you know, it's dark, late at night, and sitting around, and, you know, especially back in the day, man, I've been known to partake. You know, so we're sitting around, you know, smoking a little grass or whatever, and this Creed Indian guy, man, he puts his hand on my shoulder and he's all, your spirit guide is a crow. And I'm like, wow, man, that's awesome, man. I go, and we talk about it, and oh, he was an amazing guy, man. Amazing stories, and just such a spiritual guy. Man, I'd like to find that guy. And so I'm like, wow, man, that's awesome. You know, so we, man, ended up staying there, I think just the one night, and we were headed to Canyon City, Oregon, outside of John Day, Oregon. And that's where Canyon got his name. That's when Canyon came along, as we ended up sitting up at Canyon City Days, which I put that picture in right here. And that's that one, man. So that's when Canyon came. So this guy, so he told me my spirit guide was a crow, and then I had a raven come along. That's pretty dang close, man. And that, man, that Canyon City Days, that's where Kitty's and Lenora, man. Aunt Lenora just passed away here. Man, I think I just heard that a month ago or something like that. So, man, our thoughts and prayers to the family. Jim and Lenora, man. Jim's still alive. I love that old guy. I haven't seen him in years. But that's Kitty's uncle. Uncle Jim and Aunt Lenora. And story on them, Canyon City. They had an antique / vacuum repair store. Man, it was the awesomest place right there in Canyon City. And man, lots of, you know, so they were antique dealers and stuff. They'd come up and see us at Sumter all the time, because Canyon City's, I don't know how far it is, man, 50 or 60 miles, maybe, if that, from Sumter. And they'd always come up, and man, all those days were great. But they were just amazing people, all. But they, Lenora was a nurse, and if you're my age and stuff, man, one of my all-time favorite movies as a kid was, I want to say Blair Witch, it's not, it's, Escape to Witch Mountain. Remember that movie? Man, that Escape to Witch Mountain, she was the nurse on there, and she has, or now Jim's got them, but she has a whole photo album, pictures and stuff of giving those two kids and stuff, like shots for, You know, so they wouldn't catch something or what. I can't remember what she told me they were, but she showed me all those pictures, man, because that movie was filmed there around Canyon City or, you know, in the Oregon forest and stuff around there. But I'm telling you, see, every one of these stories just, man, I'd forgot about that. You know, it's these, the memories, man. You start telling one story and I go flying off to another, so you just got to hang with me, man. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Helps keep the lights on, the home fires burning, and them propane tanks, fool. Check out the links below, the t-shirts, and the eBay store. I'm getting ready to do that. I never did get that. I didn't get that pile done the other day. I ended up out there doing the wood, but that's where I'm planning on being. Like I said, we don't make no plans around here. You just go with the flow, man. It is what it is. Some things have to be done. Other things don't. So, and check out the, probably do a video on there after a little bit, is my Patreon. Make sure you get over and join Patreon, and good Lord willing, and them creeks don't rise. We'll be back again tomorrow. See ya.